So today I'm going to be presenting about my country of origin, and it's Liberia. My name is Claude Bercius. I hope you can learn a little bit about where I'm from, and through that you can learn about me. So let's just give you a little brief history of Liberia. So in 1461, European explorers, including the Portuguese, and there were some British also, um, established contact with Liberia. And what happened was Liberia got its first name from the British, from the Portuguese then. It was called the grain of paradise, or also known as Maligueta pepper seeds. And but moving forward in the 1800s, after the emancipation of slave trade, free African American slaves from the United States returned to Liberia. Um, and it was through the American Colonization Society, and Liberia was founded. It was named the land of the free, which was from the Portuguese word liber. That's where Liberia comes from. And those American Liberians also established what the capital of Liberia was called, Christopolis, and then renamed Monrovia after James Monroe. So in a nutshell, you see Liberia has a lot of connection to the United States. With the arrival of free slaves at that time, most settlements started to be established. Liberia gained its independence technically from nobody, but um, we declared our independence in 1847, and since then, that's why Liberia has been Liberia. This is the flag of Liberia. So if you look at the flag of Liberia, it's very identical to that of the United States. The only difference is 13 stripes, red and white, and then there are one star, which is the blue one, which is where we are called the Lone Star State, because we just one star, as compared to the United States with 50 stars. So a lot of things were replica of America when Liberia got its independence. The Constitution, the Pledge of Allegiance, and a lot of other simple things, even from streets names. We have Buchanan, we have Greenville, we have Maryland County, we have Broad Street, we got First, Second, Third. You just name it, Carey Street. A lot of things that were from America has been established in Liberia through the connection with free slaves and the American Colonization Society. So this is Liberia in a nutshell. We are on the west coast of Africa, and we are on the south by the Atlantic Ocean. So if you come from the east coast where we are now, if you go on the beach, say in Ocean City, Maryland, that same ocean water runs right down to Liberia. So as you can see from right there, the Atlantic Ocean is right beneath Liberia. And some of the places that I was talking about, there is Maryland on the southeast down. We have Montserrado. There is Monrovia that was named after James Monroe. And we have other places like Greenville. And a lot of names that are very synonymous with the United States is also present in Liberia. These are where we border by. A lot of other West Africans you might have heard of, Sierra Leoneans, Guineans, and the Ivorians from La Côte d'Ivoire. So just to tie a little bit with health, like I was talking about a lot of things being named in Liberia after places or individuals in America. We have the JFK Medical Center, which is one of the largest medical medical facility in Monrovia. And that's a picture of it on the left, you can see. And healthcare in Liberia really deteriorated because we had civil war and for about 14, 15 years. And majority of the facilities were left in shambles or completely destroyed. Malaria, measles, yellow fever, cholera, infectious diseases, for that matter, or malnutrition are very prevalent. For kids, the infant mortality, the greatest thing is dysentery, diarrhea, malaria. And I see I have two diarrhea here. That was a typographic error. Has been very, very prevalent, and there is 150 deaths per 1,000 births. HIV is like every other most places now in the developing world, and the developed world is still on the rise. There's still a growing concern, and a lot of organizations, the government, and people are working with to find a better options in terms of access to medication to treat these patients that have been exposed to these things. So I'm just going to dive into what is typical Liberian diet. What do I eat? What does Cla eat? So if you look on the bottom left, there is palava sauce. Is kind of low. It's almost like a okra slimy like green. Is a green leafy vegetables. We eat with very different meat, fish, chicken, um, uh, and a lot of other stuff we add to it. And our staple meal is rice, so we eat rice a lot of times with different things. Up the top one, the pictures on the top is the board that you see with the little orange on the round. That's called palm butter, and palm butter is made from palm tree, the nuts from palm tree. That's how you make it. And the same thing, we have a variety of meat and protein, fish, chicken, meat, and you name it in there. If you look on the top upper right one, that's fufu. It's made from yucca root, which is boiled and then beat up, and then it's the way you eat that is through swallowing. And then we also have rice. So we eat rice with pretty much everything, and sometimes we might substitute rice with like a fufu with cassava or yam or other stuff like that. But a typical Liberian diet staple food is rice. We eat it with a lot of other leafy vegetables, including potato leaves, cassava leaves, and you name it, other stuff that I've talked about today. So this is our traditional dress. These are cloth that I made right in Liberia, and we wear these when we go into special occasions. Um, and I mean, we also wear Western clothes a lot, but these are things that when we most times are gathering as a group, even outside of Liberia now, a lot of us are in Liberians, myself, we wear these during traditional Liberian occasions. So I just wanted to expose you to see what we do in terms of our culture and people. This is our coastline, very beautiful, and it's one that we have. I would say in West Africa some of the best beaches, possibly in the world. I mean, it's beautiful. Because we've had a long civil war for the past few years, a lot of people have not been exposed to these things to know that there is a lot to tourism in Liberia. There are a lot of things that that you can learn and see from Liberia. There is a lot of history with slavery in Liberia. There is a lot of all these things that are very educational to what it means to be in Liberia. So hopefully, at least this can you can learn from these things and see the places that I grew up before moving to the States and the things that I've done. It's all into these pictures that I'm trying to share. So I just want to say thank you, and I hope you learn a little bit about me and from this fun exercise. Hope you have a good time. Bye.